Hello. Sorry that I was a little late, but hey, life. And speaking about life, well, we're months away from anything that will save or destroy this franchise. What do I mean by this? Un- until we have in our own hands, in our own consoles, either digital or in a CD. Modern Warfare 2022. We will know if it will save the franchise or if it will, well, if it's gone like forever. And you might wonder why the title Last Stand. Well, to be honest, it is a last stand because in 2023 there's no Call of Duty. They said that there's not going to release the annual Call of Duty. It's going to be something different. We don't know about that yet, and what did they mean by a different title or a Call of Duty in a different way? But what we do know is that right now the community of Call of Duty is suffering a lot. It has lost. We know that there's a lot of casual fans. That's for sure. But if we sit down and analyze which audience is losing right now, it is the core audience. They're just tired. They're just seeing too much shit that it has been pushed to them, and they said no. And they have put down uh, their controllers to take out the to just play another game, another title, or go back to older titles of Call of Duty and play them. I'm playing primarily Modern Warfare. Recently, I just downloaded Zombies because friends wanted to play Zombies from Cold War, then uh, going to Vanguard because it's in a shit state. I haven't personally bought anything from Vanguard, neither the game. Um, but just seeing the results through Warzone, it's just not enough. Seeing other YouTubers speak about, hey, uh, it's just broken. In the sense of way it's broken, there's no more sense of what Call of Duty made Call of Duty. And everybody of the developers will say, well, Modern Warfare 2 uh, was like the peak. And that game was broken. It's like, yeah, it was broken, but look at the times. It was recession. It was a way to cope with it. It was a way to actually just enjoy the game free and fully without pushing any microtransactions down your throat. Um, the maps were balanced, the weapons were balanced. The perk system, yes, it was somewhat broken, but still, overall, you had fun, and that was important. Lobbies didn't dismantle. You could say that there were like this toxic community between chat, but you had the mute button, so you couldn't hear anyone, even if they were cursing at you. So, but going back to topic, this is Call of Duty's Last Stand. Like forever, this game will make a grandiose save of the franchise. It will break its core audience so much that Call of Duty will literally. I don't know if 2022 is going to be the last one, like major title. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. It's just the fact that right now the state of the game, this state of the game, from the issues that I have found just playing zombies, the issues that I have found playing Warzone, the ones in Modern Warfare also. It's It has gotten to a point in which they say they will fix stuff and then they don't fix stuff, or they patch it. It's like you patch a shotgun wound with a band-aid. It just it doesn't work, or it just works a little and that's it. No proper medical care, no proper triage to the issue. And that's affecting your core audience, the ones that are very loyal to you, the ones that actually want to see your franchise um, make it. Because look at it this way: if I deliver a half-ass game and said that it was going to be live service, look at the example of Halo. We haven't heard any issues from Infinity Ward's development of Modern Warfare 2022. It's either because they keep that under wraps, or is it more so that Activision knows that this studio is the one that actually carries Call of Duty by itself lately? Because when it was Treyarch's time, it was more so on the era of loot boxes and everything. Not saying World of War and Black Ops 2 uh, were, flukes or anything. No, they were great games. Even Black Ops. But it's just when everybody thrashed Infinity Ward was in the era where Treyarch had this games, and Black Ops 3, you could say Black Ops 4 in the sense of way, because they were saying, oh well, Treyarch was leading and Infinity Ward had to catch up and everything because this advanced movement, that Sledgehammer's, I don't know what they did, but they introduced it. So yeah, and they noticed, Activision noticed that they were losing their audience. It's like, we don't want loot boxes and everything, and it's like, we saw it. We saw it with one famous COD YouTuber, Nero Cinema, and we saw it in the Modern Warfare beta. And I played the beta. I didn't pay attention to the loot box because I was so, when the news came out of that he found it on there, I was already past the level, and I was like, oh man, I missed it. But hey, we started seeing those cracks, and those cracks were more apparent than anything. And Activision was saying, no, 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 it's all fine. Until Nero Cinema posted it and said, I'm done with the game. He was done with the game. Every espresso, ink slasher, exclusive Ace, J God, everybody was like, we don't want loot boxes in Modern Warfare. And they changed it. No loot boxes. The microtransactions were different. You see what you were going to buy. There was no more random shit in random boxes, and you don't know if you were going to get tier weapons, that make you more powerful or not. In that sense of way, that everything was translated more cosmetic than anything, that was a big congrats. Like, Infinity Ward changed, like, pivot from that very quick, and it has made them not only more money, but it has made them more successful, and more so with the introduction of Warzone. Even though Warzone was going to be standalone, but Infinity, when you give your developers time, when you let them do what they have to do to get a good game, you don't put your hand in the mix and said, "Hey, this is missing something." Oh, but it's not going to taste well when it's not going to sound well while it's finished. It was clean. It was clean of hands, and you could see it throughout the cycle of Modern Warfare 2019. That game brought brought fans, brought my old friends from KSI clan back to Modern Warfare. Uh, the ones from my other clan in Ghosts, they brought them back and they were playing and they enjoyed the game because it was Call of Duty back again. It was modernized. It was better than ever. And throughout the cycle of it, it just worked. And everybody was happy. In a sense of way, most people were happy. You know, put it little in a little sentence. Most people that played Call of Duty on the Modern Warfare cycle were happy. But what happens when you put another game's uh, files into a successful one and the engine is not compatible? Well, that game starts to crack. And you can patch it here and there, but what we saw throughout the cycle of Cold War and Warzone was this imbalance of weaponry, this bugs and glitches that bringing in the new weapons cost to Modern Warfare's engine. And you might say, well, they had to adapt the code for this, like, but it's a hybrid, and it's not working properly. It's not meshing up properly. It might work in a standalone game, you know, the Cold War with the Cold War multiplayer weapons and everything in its own environment. It works, but you saw it throughout Warzone. That was Modern Warfare's engine. It just didn't. And then they slam it. It was like, oh, this new operator, this new aesthetics. Um, but every new weapon that came out, and even Exclusive Ace put it on display in his videos, is that new weapons that were introduced, they were OP in Cold War, and somewhat they were taking away all of the weapons in Warzone. Um, and it reminded everybody when the Growl 556 was introduced in Modern Warfare cycle, and it's like, oh, it's Growl Warfare or Growl Zone because it was not properly balanced once introduced, and once they balanced it, it brought back the M4, the Kilo, and other weapons that could compete from it, and it was all good. But then more cracks started to appear every time there was an update for the Modern Warfare engine. The code was broken. Um, just posts after posts on Reddit, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram that the game was broken. Even on YouTube, you saw videos. Warzone was breaking up. It's breaking up, and everybody was worried because of Vanguard. Even though it's like it's gonna clusterfuck the Warzone, and well, it did. Once they released Caldera, even though Ricochet has worked, that's not my criticism with it with the cheaters. Ricochet worked. The problem was the coding. The Modern Warfare engine just sustains Modern Warfare things. If you introduce more and more and more information from different codes, even if Vanguard is an update from the Modern Warfare engine, it's still gonna suffer because of all these different things that they have to run at the same time, and it's going to glitch out. It's going to create problems, and in the end, it's going to break your game. That's what happens, and you start to lose people with it, but you also start losing more people with just the story has this amazing cosmetics, you know, and Yes, they're all cosmetics, but all the challenges that you have, you could say the free challenges that you have, it's not enough. The campaign that you have in your game, if it's not up to par with what we know of Call of Duty, you're going to lose audience. If the multiplayer is showcasing issues from the start, you're going to lose players. So all of that started to accumulate in a sense of way. And more so it was resounded more with Vanguard. A very, very, very questionable campaign. Much more with multiplayer indecisions that don't make sense. Zombies, you heard it from MacMan, and I clipped it and I put it on my Instagram. He prefers to play Extinction from Call of Duty Ghost. My favorite Call of Duty. He prefers to play Extinction than Zombies Vanguard. That's plain and simple. That tells you everything. And he regards Ghosts as one of the worst games of Call of Duty. I have a different opinion, but it's because more so of my circumstances than what the game was actually. That's why I have Ghosts high up, because what it meant for me rather than what it was at my time. But still, if you deliver half-ass games or less than half-ass games, people are, for as much as they're diehard fans, they're gonna leave. And right now, Activision has a test. Either they let Infinity Ward develop this Call of Duty as they should, awesome campaign, awesome multiplayer, awesome third mode. Deliver us a new Warzone, because they said there's Warzone 2 coming. We don't know if it's going to be a separate tile, a separate game from Modern Warfare. We hope it is, in order for it to just be dedicated for when it's expanding to what Treyarch game is, to if Sledgehammer is still going to be a main developer or not. So right now, clock's ticking. If Activision doesn't let Infinity Ward do its job, if they don't deliver a Call of Duty that will save, because that's the task at hand. It's not longer about sales. It's about saving the franchise. It doesn't matter how if it's going to break records or not, but what matters is, can you retain your core audience? Can you stop the fracturing? If this game does it, then congratulations, you saved the franchise. And if not, and a lot of fans, core audience fans, are just not gonna buy the game. They're just going to, hey, this other FPS or this other adventure game I'm interested in, and I'm gonna pivot my channel towards it. That's gonna be the end result. It's just like what's happening right now with Battlefield 2042. The Battlefield core audience, it's broken beyond repair. What did they did? They flocked back to other older titles. They haven't played the recent one. They keep complaining about the recent one. And DICE and EA, they don't care about their core audience. They care about sales. And look what's happened. Less and less people play Battlefield 2042. And it's going to happen to Call of Duty if Activision doesn't let Infinity Ward deliver this one. If this Call of Duty fails, keep that in mind. If this Call of Duty fails, it's over. It's literally over. There's no rival, because Halo's in a state of pause that we don't know what it is right now. They say that major updates are coming, but we don't know if they're gonna come or not. Time and date is like per to be determined. Is like so. This tells you that live service games are shit. We saw it with Cyberpunk also. Speaking about you know adventure games in the sense of way it's adventure, but so we can hope all we want. We can pray all we want. We can rant about it in Twitter. We can rant about it in YouTube, Instagram, whatever social media platform, even on Reddit. Until Activision let us know, until we have the game on October, we will never know exactly if this game is going to save the franchise. And if it does, then you can count that in this channel is going to be a lot of videos discussing, intricacies or things that I see that are about the franchise, that it's good, that they did bad. Hey, they can change this, they can add that, they can remove this because it's creating this. Things like that. But if not, if they don't save it, well, I don't know. I really don't know. So right now, the ball is very much in Activision's and Infinity Ward's court. Until October, we don't know if this will save or break. It's not make or break. It's save or break. That's it. So until then, you know, we have to. I don't know. I think I'm just playing Modern Warfare 2019. um, and just go out, rest, be with friends, family, um, exercise. I don't know how to approach this subject because it's it's one of the difficult things to accept that your franchise is on the verge of collapsing. And many people will say, well, it's already collapsed. It's like, yeah, but there's still the base. And if the base breaks, then then it's then it's not salvageable. So until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Because you never know when the time will come. So, till next time. Uh, I think I'm gonna do a stream on. This could be a stream on Tuesday. We're gonna talk about that. What's the best third mode that Call of Duty can do? And you might say zombies, but is it? So we're gonna discuss about it. Till next time. Picture.